Hello and welcome to the very first moving vlog. I haven't been able to tell anyone out loud this at the moment. I'm not allowed to. But we made a decision back in October that we are going to move to Devon. We want to be closer to family. It's a brilliant place to bring Robin up and we just need a fresh start. It's time to leave this house behind and move on and build a family life for us and Robin. My husband's commute is killing him and there's nothing for him in this area. So I particularly am really feeling the need to have family around me who are closer, because obviously with a small person, it's nice, A, for them to see him, and B, if Mr. Midnight and I get sick, which we have done a couple of times this year, and we've never really been sickly people, but we've both had some horrendous gastro bugs at the same time. It's incredibly difficult to then juggle looking after a bubba as well. And if anything happened, like I broke a leg, I nearly fell downstairs the other day, and it's just like, how would we cope? And we are very fortunate in that we have supportive family that we can move to be near. I know it's not possible for everyone. So I wanted to start the Devon Diaries, the moving vlog, just to chronicle this process, because this is the last time we're ever going to move. There might be a sort of an interim stage in the middle if we end up renting for a little bit while we wait for our forever home. But this is it. This is going to be the last house we buy. It's going to be the last move we make, and we've never really moved into this house. We moved in and we got things started, but then I got sick. I had a breakdown in 2017. We moved in autumn of 2015. And for all of 2016, I had a really bad commute up until the September. So I was still commuting to Essex. So there was no time to do anything and no money to do anything, because like fuel and dart charge was eating up everything. And we just thought we'd live here for a year and get used to the place and then decide what we wanted to do. So then in 2017, we started renovating. We got some bits done. We got in the February, we got the baby's room done. It was my craft room initially, but we always had hoped for it to be a nursery. So Lara's room, and then we did the dining room and we discovered damp. We dealt with all of that, and then I got sick, and then Lara was born and died, and we just kind of ground to a halt. We just stopped, basically. And by the time we sort of picked ourselves up and sort of looked around, we realised we'd never really moved in. It'd never really become home. We'd never really realised its potential. We just sort of stagnated here. And so we thought about decorating. As you can see, we've got paint swatches on the walls to decorate our bedroom. I started stripping the wallpaper. Sensible girl. I always start projects and I never finish them. I've got to stop starting things. And actually, this is going to bring me into the... Hello. This is going to bring me into the yarny stuff in a second. Sorry about the wobbling. Because there is yarn involved in this. Of course. Of course there's yarn involved. Yeah. And we got swatches downstairs and we were happy with what we were going to make downstairs, like paint the living room green. And then suddenly, out of nowhere in October, we were driving down to Essex to see my family for it's meant to be joint birthday for Robin and Jessie, but oh well. And then we suddenly found ourselves in the car talking and making the decision. And before I knew it, we'd made the decision. That was it. Why stay? Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it now before Robin's too old to realise that he's being pulled away from everything he knows. While we're still young enough, so we can get Robin on the waiting list for good schools and all that sort of thing. It's the right time to do it. It's the wrong time to do it completely, because the interest rates are sky up. We're on a 1.9% mortgage at the moment. And even though we'd need a much smaller mortgage when we moved, because what the estate agents think we can get for this house compared to what we would need to spend down in Devon, there's a huge difference, which means we would actually be in a better position financially. that's decimated by the interest rates, which are bonkers and would mean that even on a much, much smaller mortgage, significantly smaller mortgage than we've got at the moment, we would be paying more than we are now, which is going to be challenging. So we've got to hope that that sorts itself out by the time we're actually ready to move. But anyway, it is the 27th of December. It's the day after Boxing Day. We are officially in Twixtmas. I've just rounded up Vlogmas and now I'm starting a new vlog series. And I've got no idea when you guys are going to be able to see this because I don't know when I'm going to be allowed to say to the world that I'm leaving the shop. Because at the moment I'm not allowed. I've been asked to keep it quiet until there's a plan in place. And I'm really hoping a plan happens soon because I need to get going on this. I need to find a job. I need to plan. And the house goes on the market in less than a week. So the photographs are being done next Friday, the 6th of January. But we are going to see family in Devon tomorrow. And we're not back until the 1st. And then on the 3rd, or is it the 4th? The 4th, Robin and I are driving up to Scotland to visit his Uncle Jude, Stranded Dye Works. We're going to go and stay with him for a bit while he's recovering from surgery and spend some quality family time, which will be really lovely. So that leaves today and the 2nd to get ready. And if I'm honest, it's mostly my stuff that's the problem. There's yarn, there's clothes, everything needs sorting. We don't want to move everything either, but we haven't got time today to go through everything and think, right, get rid of this, get rid of that. We've just got to get it presentable for photographs. And the list that the photographers sent through is a bit bonkers. They're like, oh, you can't have any toiletries out, no pet bowls, no knickknacks, get flowers and candles, every surface must be clear. This is a house of surfaces and they are not clear. They are not clear surfaces. Hang on, look. So I'm just looking at my laundry pile here. So that needs dealing with. And then we've got project bags and projects, and bedside cabinet is obviously more yarn. There's yarn everywhere. Yeah, and that's just my side of the room that I've got to sort. We've got no... The problem is we don't have any storage in here. It's always been the problem. So I have just got to get on and get this done. And the reason this is yarny is because I need to be really honest with myself and say, Gemma, you are not going to knit the stash that you have kept down, because I put a lot of my stash in the loft. But if I'm honest, I'm not going to be able to knit the stash that I've kept down between now and when we move. So all stash is now having to go up into the loft. I think I'm keeping 2 skeins down for a jumper for Robin because I've got to do that before he grows out of it. And my current whips, and that's it. Everything else I've just got to be really brave and put in the loft and tell myself that putting my yarn in the loft does not mean I can't get to it. So I'm on a bit of a casting on ban because I've got no room for any more whips. I've got lots of whips. I did a whip audit in Vlogmas. If you're interested, you can go back and look at it. And to be honest, that's only my personal whips. That doesn't include work whips. So yeah, it is high time that I got rid of, well, not got rid of, but accepted that my yarn is going to have to go in the loft and that I'm not casting anything new on. I've got the penny gloves to cast on for my sister-in-law. It's not my sister-in-law yet, but I'm counting on it one day. I've got penny gloves to cast on for her. I've cast on a hat for another family gift. And is there anything else I need to cast on at the moment? I don't think so. I've done Robin a new hat, so that's fine. So there's no urgent cast-ons apart from some penny gloves, and they don't take up much room. And I need to get a pair of socks on the needles for me. So yeah, but that's it really. So without any further ado, let's sort this out. So I always start with 3 bags. We've got giveaway, find a new home for, and bin. And that's what we're going to deal with first of all. Those 3 bags, when I've filled them up, the put away bag will get put away, the bin will get binned, and the giveaway will get put downstairs ready to go to the charity shop. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it might not look like a lot's changed, but quite a lot has. All that's been dealt with down there. So I've been really brutal. I've got two. This is the second bag for charity. This bag needs putting away. This bag needs going through, and it's basically yarn. So yarn I'm going to put in the big Chester wall box in bags, and that can go up in the loft as well. So that corner needs dealing with, but it's getting there. I've got this cute candle going. Hang on, if I can get it to focus. De-stressing. Oh dear. Whew, okay, so we're a good hour or so in. I've got one full bin bag, one full charity bag, almost a second full charity bag. I'm just busy. I'm being brutal, basically. Anything I haven't touched in the last year, I figure can go. The only major exception to that is the doll's house. My granddad built this for me when I was 6. So it's coming up 30 years old, and I just adore it. And I'm going to continue looking after it. One day I'll get it lit. And it'll be something for, you know, future grandchildren to play with, or Robin to play with when he gets older, if he's into it, if he wants to. Yeah, it's an heirloom piece. It's not going anywhere. This is special. Really special. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, and then up there I've got my jar of minis, which obviously needs a new home. I think the whole jar is probably just going to go in a box and get tidied away. As beautiful as it is, I don't need it out. But yeah. Oh, I hate moving. I love moving. I love moving because I love the excitement and promise of a new start. I don't enjoy this bit of it. But what I do love is when everything's packed up and you move into a new place and you've not got anything out yet. And it's clean and clear and calm. And then you gradually unpack and everything comes back into the place, and it's the opposite. It's cluttered. And I'm determined not to move with anything that I don't need. I'm giving away knitting books, spare knitting needles, things like that. I'm actually going to go through my needles and see what I can give to my mother-in-law when we go down tomorrow, because she has picked up her knitting again. I gave her some yarn and needles and a book when she was down for Robin's birthday from the yarn shop. Was it his christening? Might have been his christening. And apparently she's just been making hats for everyone. So she's picked up her knitting needles again. So I'm really excited to enable that a little bit more. And I've got some really good quality interchangeable needles. I've got too many. I don't need as many as I have. So being able to donate some of them to my mother-in-law and get her started and save her some money on buying new, it's definitely got an appeal to it. So the idea is that I'm going to allow myself some yarn out for projects, because the only thing that I will keep casting on is socks. Honestly, I'm editing this at the moment and absolutely cracking up at myself. How could I think I was going to do this? Oh well. So I'm just going through this, and these are all socks that I'd planned to cast on for my dad. I think there's one or two in here for me. No, these might all be these are all dad's. Now this is over the next few months, so I'm going to have a pair of socks for me on the go at all times and a pair of socks for dad on the go. And say it's December now, so say it takes us 6 months to move, and I manage a pair a month. I need 6 balls out. So I think I want to get ahead with Christmas. Although Dad doesn't want the Stellina, so that'll be for me. So a pair of socks for Dad. So one, Dad, 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 Dad. Right, so if I keep those out, and one for luck just in case I'm fast, then that is my sock. Oops, sorry, that is my sock sack. So that will live under my bed, and I can dip into that when I want to make socks. So this is my bag that's staying out. This actually belongs to a project already, so I need to find the home for that. Right, so that's my yarn that's staying out. The rest is all going up apart from what's in whips at the moment. Okay, so I mean this video is going to be as much for helping me as anything else, but I'm going to be putting away everything that isn't strictly needed right now. So my little Berry Girl project, which I was really excited to cast on, that has to go. This needs finishing in the Exquisite 4-ply. Is that Exquisite or am I using Scrumptious? I'm using Scrumptious. Oh, Gemma, what a waste. This is actually making me feel really sad that I can't work on any of it. I'm going to have to put it away. Ah! Ah! These are things I want to work on, like, right now, and I can't. Gemma, just accept it. Just accept it's not happening right now. What's this? Does this happen to any of you? Do you have things that you really want to work on, but you can't work on it all the time, and then you're faced with your whips and your stash and just feel overwhelmed? Or are you minimal? I'd love to know. Aaron. Pumpkin spiced everything. That might need to be a little jumper for Robin. That's staying out. Okay. So I've got one new cast on that's staying out so far. The rest is going in a box or in a bag, in a box, and going upstairs. The lighting isn't great in here now. But I've got bags of yarn in there, another bag due to go in, and this is what I've got to keep out to last me for the next few months. I think, to be honest, I've got too many projects in here. I don't think I'm going to get through all of them, so I might have to go back through this box and reassess and be really strict with myself and think, right, realistically, what am I going to be able to get done in the next couple of months? Because I've also got my Advent project here. This is not easy. This really isn't easy. Hello. It is much later. Things are looking pretty good. I've been going on the premise that I'm getting rid of anything I don't want to take with me to the new house. Yeah, so busy getting rid of things at the moment. My latest thing I'm going to get rid of are these. These are little toys that you get as free gifts. I'm getting rid of them because I've not made them yet. Not likely to get a chance to make them. Hello, Magnus. And there are so many cool patterns out there for toys that if I did decide I wanted to make Robin some or make some for the Christmas tree next year, I could actually just get the patterns then and raid my stash and make them out of old stash yarn. But anyway, so that's our suitcase, that's packed for our trip. And no bags of crap here now. I mean, that's rubbish, that's going, it's bag rubbish. And no bags of crap there. So yeah, under there I've got a bag of whips, bag of sock yarn, box of whips. And that's it, and that's like Robin's treasures and things. So yeah, so it's looking, I mean, it still looks like a mess, but I can actually see the wood for the trees now. And yeah, next step is to start packing things that I don't need at the moment to try and reduce the look of the clutter here. I'm actually going to pack up all Lara's bits that are up there, bless her heart, so they're safe. Wasn't expecting to find this bit quite so emotional. This was the house that we were going to build our family in, and we have. But it's not what we thought. And although Lara never lived here once she was born, I have memories of her here when I was pregnant with her, and we've woven her into the fabric of our lives, into this house as we've made it a home. And it feels very strange to be packing her things up. Sorry, but I've never shied from talking about grief. And it's important. It's almost 5 years now since she was born and died. And most of the time, it's okay. Most of the time, I'm used to it. I don't accept it. I'm never going to accept it. I'm never going to forgive the people responsible, but it becomes all you know. But sometimes it hits you unexpectedly, with unexpected force. And just the simple act of packing her box of treasures away. I've left her picture up there from the day she was born. That's the moment she was born, really. So I'm just having a minute to allow myself to have a little cry. And to remember my daughter. My beautiful, feisty, spirited little girl. We're going to be moving with Robin and building a new life. A life that we probably already would have been living if she was still here, because we probably would have moved already. I would have thought. Everything would be so different. The thing I thought would be the most challenging, to be fair, clearing that shelf didn't even occur to me until just a few minutes ago, was sorting out the yarn and accepting. Got a bruise under my eye. Sorry. Accepting my own limitations in that I really can't do everything as much as I'd like to. I've still got far too much yarn out and far too many projects out, if I'm honest. I need to get that jar of minis moved. I need to sort out that bookcase as well. Pack some of those books away. Yeah, next thing to do is go through the bookshelf and part with books that I'm not going to read or use. Just be really brutal about it. And I don't want to collect unnecessary things, so there are some I'm definitely going to keep, but there are others that I'm ready to let go of and let them bring joy to someone else. I brought some boxes home from work to start packing, so that's what I've done really. I've started packing in those boxes. I've just got that bag of yarn at the end that I found, the Tesco's bag that needs to go in the bag that I've already sealed that's in the bathroom, so but I'm not going to unseal it now because it makes too much noise and make bobbing up. I found the craft thing that I was looking for Vlogmas, the red work. So cross. So cross with myself. But that's just it. You have so much stuff you don't know what's where. And I think I chucked it in. It's in a Christmas bag. But I'd forgotten about the Christmas bag and I chucked it in the bottom of the cupboard. Last time we had a scurry funge to get ready for something or other. I don't know, someone's staying. I don't ever want to scurry funge again. That's basically it. So, next is to clear this bed and go through that bookcase. Make a decision about paper patterns. Am I really going to make them? Or will I find something else to make that I want? Do I really need to hold on to old paper patterns? I think, to be honest, I'm going to let most things go. I don't want to pay a removal guy to drag all this stuff across the country. I actually told you yet that I'm moving to Devon. I don't know. Right, about to run out of space on my phone, so I'm going to wrap this up. And I'll see you in a bit.
Devon boy! Devon boy!
Well, he claps his hand as well, won't it?
You going to do it again?
Put it on. Upside down.
Upside down. Where's the hole, Bubba? Where's the hole? There's the hole. There you go.
He loves books as well, so we just like, he's got loads of books. He's got a bookcase already, like filled with books, and he would just go and just pull all the books off out of the bookcase.
Mummy did that one. Clever mummy.
That's cheating.
Clever mummy. You do it now, Robin. You do. Robin, do.
Good.
Yay!